Good morning, Jay. How are you? Lee Peterson show. I've never heard of it. Let me look. Here, bring your blood pressure up. Let me take a look. Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning, Niecy. How you doing, babe? Hey, Miss Diva One. Hey, Onyx. Hey, Summer Breeze. Hey, Nurse Shay. How you doing? Queen Tut, what's up, boo? Hey, her daughter. What's up, Young Young? Thank you so much. Good morning, Q. 318 Princess, how you doing? Hey, Charlie's Words. It's your birthday. Hey, God is love. It's her birthday, y'all. Please throw some birthday cakes in the chat. Yes. Good morning, Just. Hey, LaFern. Live, laugh, love. Good morning. Hey, Andy. What's going on? Hey, Miss B. What's up, Bridget? Hey, NC Girl for Life. Hey, Allie, how are you? Hey, Sarkonas. You walking through Walmart? Girl, pick me up something. Hey, John. Hey, Ashton, how you doing, boo? Y'all, please don't forget to thumbs up the video. Hey, Demeter, how you doing, Lum? Hold on 1 second, guys. I am looking for something. Hey, Miss V, how you doing, Lum? You working but listening? Okay. 23 Psalms, how you doing? You appreciate my time on Instagram? Okay. Good morning, Mr. Monster Debonair. How are you? Hey, Andrea. Good morning, Pumpkin. Oh, thank you, John. That's right, y'all. Please thumbs up the video on your way in. Good morning, Robin. Oh, thank you, John. That's right, y'all. Please thumbs up. For those of you guys that are just coming in, please continue to wish God His love a happy birthday. Yes. She's always so positive. I'm going to be calling you 23 Storms as soon as this live is over. And I wanted to speak a little bit about that right now. That's why I came on so early. Y'all, because this is Mental Health Awareness Month, I just feel it's only right that we even mention it. Hey, Rhonda. Simply because of what's been going on overnight with the Rico situation. I have gotten 12 clips from Tree Much chat concerning Rico and this whole intervention type of situation. Now, can somebody please tell me? Good morning, Mr. Triple L. Hey, Sunshine. Can somebody please tell me how in the hell it is that that panel over there felt like they could do an intervention with Rico, nobody over there being qualified, mainly Tremont and Pizarro? Can anybody tell me that? Because at the end of the day, she got two DUIs. Couldn't nobody tell her nothing. She still wanted to drink until the people made her put a breathalyzer in the car. So what you got to say then gone out the window. Pizarro still over there talking about how she like to get high and whatnot and do whatever. What you got to say went out the window. Let me tell y'all something. Exactly, Robin. Hey, Helen, how you doing, Pumpkin? Yeah, it's Goddess Love's birthday, and it's Bama Girl's wedding anniversary. 21 years, 21 years. Right, Juicy Fruit, the blind leading the blind. Let me tell y'all something. One thing about it. And Lipstick Alley. Hey, Brooklyn Star, how you doing, boo? Yes, they got enough problems. They need to work on. Listen, yet over there trying to do an intervention with him. Thank you, John. I felt like they talked about his HIV status and drinking. Shut up, stop down. You know what? I cannot. Jim T Tree, you don't tell me what the fuck to talk about on my platform, bitch. Get your own platform. You go talk about it, baby. You go talk about whatever you want to talk about. You don't know who the hell I will ever meet in life because you don't know what circles I run in. So for you to come over here and tell me what to talk about on my platform, bitch, you are out of order. Now get the fuck out my chat. Right, John. Right. So you know her credibility gone. Gone. Good morning, Lydia. How you doing, Pumpkin? Hey, Camille. Okay, stop down. Hey, T. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Love and Life 404. Oh, you can't, Q? Okay. It's Pooh Ho Pooh. What's going on, babe? Okay, I got them. Thank you, Lydia. Here we go with the troll no faces. Here we go. Well, you know what, just I hope he's okay too. But the thing of it is, everybody that's talking about it can't do anything about it. You understand what I'm saying? You have got to want to, it's got to start from the inside. You have got to want to change your life. You have got to want to change your circumstance. Everybody can talk to their blue in the face, but if you don't want to change, it's not going to happen. Coupled with the fact of your status, coupled with the fact of your mental stability. Listen, all of these things play a part in it. And then drinking on top of that, alcohol is a depressant. It's going to make you more depressed. It's not going to, listen. I remember when he was on Jay Wilson's platform. You got to go to work. Okay, Lum, have a good day. Good morning, Channel 85. How you doing, Pumpkin? Right. He's not ready to get help. He's not ready. Right. First, he has to admit he has a problem. And he's saying that he does not have a problem. He doesn't drink like that. He doesn't, I mean, really? Because, so you mean tell me you just wait until you come on camera to act a fool and put on a show for the people to sit and laugh and talk about you? Thank you, Sunshine. For people to sit and laugh and talk about you. Good morning, Super D49. No, I think that this is a regular occurrence. It happens way too much. There are too many YouTube psychiatrists, okay, and therapists, right? Oh, all of them was in the chat last night, girl, trying to tell them what to do, girl. Thank you, Cassandra. Yes, liquor makes it worse. It's a depressant. So, I mean, you can't just sit up there and tell someone that drinks habitually that, where they at, babe? Because I thought I got them, Bridget. Hey, Indigo. How you doing, baby? Hey, Kimberly. Right, God is love. But you know, he has to want the help. Oh, she has something to say too, Mr. Triple L. Ciao. Hey, Coco 929. Oh, she's known for using him as a click in a view, child, please. Hey, Miss Patricia, how you doing, Lom? Hey, Heavy Bear. Thank you, Miss Thibodeau. Thank you, Pumpkin. Thank you so much. Oh, she went live about Rico? Child, please. How? What's up, number one caller? How you doing, baby? How can she go live about Rico? Girl, you drink just as many 211s as he does. Oh, Pooh. And he tried to say that it was because of the passing of his sister and other family members. I can't do it. Thank you. Thank you, sis. Hey, December baby. Trying to give advice. You know what? Let me tell you something. None of us are qualified to. Now we can recommend what we think he should do. Thank you, Miss V. But how is that going to help him in his everyday life? Because see, one thing about it, once the YouTube page or channel, once the live is gone, then he has to do. Yes, it's my anniversary. Yes, thank you, Sarkonis. Um, once the live is gone, he still has to deal with him. You understand what I'm saying? He still has to deal with his reality. And Lipstick Alley, y'all, Lipstick Alley is the devil. Lipstick Alley caught a picture of him climbing through his window. And from what was being said, that's how he gets in and out. Why? Does he not have a key to the front door? Thank you, Summer Breeze. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. I live, love, laugh. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Patricia. But yes, so how is it that there's so many people on here with so many opinions about what he needs to do, how he needs to get it done? I mean, it's not going to Glass, humble yourself quickly. LOL. Or what? Or what, Glass Queen? Or what? Huh? You called him Brahman when you first saw it. Thank you, God is love, for becoming a new member. Thank you so much, Queen. Hey, Kenya. You know what, TT? Well, he already tried that stump down. He had Rico up there, what, last week? Rico was up there. Hey, Lemon, thank you so much. He had Rico on the platform telling him what he needed to do. That's how I found out about, he said he drinks so much because of, he lost his sister in November, and, I guess somebody else had passed away. But I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, have you not had counseling? Have you not had anybody to educate you on the ramifications of how alcohol is going to Lord the trolls? I guess they all came from over there at Much channel, because God in heaven knows that she is ridiculous, and so are they. It's just pitiful. It's pitiful. So you're right, Vita. Some people just want the attention, good or bad. But let me tell you something. I'm not going to sacrifice the person that I am for likes and dislikes and attention. Treat me as if I'm glass, baby. Treat me like I am air. See straight through me. Don't see me at all. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if what you're telling me, are you certified? Okay, Heavy Bear. Oh, you watch this sector for it to be entertained, not to work. Well, Heavy Bear, listen. We all know there are some real people out here that need some real help. We do know that. Oh, they're up early, Cassandra. They are early, honey, just waiting on Bama Girl to come live. Spam and misleading. Wow. Misleading what? Deep fried coochie? Hmm. You tell me about me then. Can you do that? Can you tell me about me? I would love for that to happen. Nurse Ratchet, I do not know. He did, Camille. He did. I mean, he showed everything this time, girl. I'm like, you know what? This is not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Every time he comes on, he gets the channel back. He does the same exact thing. I cannot. Oh, many people offer him help, including myself. So hopefully he reach out to someone before it's too late. Right. And he's so young. He's too young. Baby, he's going to have cirrhosis of the liver, honey. Today is a good day for us. Today is a very good day for us. I don't know Instagram life. I don't know, girl. Y'all, please thumbs up the video. Let me take a look. Good morning, Starbell. Okay, Q. Oh, people were telling him it's okay to be an alcoholic. What? Wow. How is that okay when you're completely unhinged? Thank you, Tweety. You work in the mental health field and have a plethora of references if Rico or anyone here needs them. And a plethora. And you know what? The thing about it is, hey, good morning, Miss Lulu. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys. Maybe they'll call back. You know what, Pooh? She don't care. While it was wild in Teresa's chat, lots of stupid, reckless statements made by various people. I can imagine. I can only imagine. Oh, y'all thumbs the video up, child. They trying to flag your girl. Girl, they are trying to flag your girl. For what? Talking about mental health. These people they really are crazy. But it's okay. Come on over here and listen to Bama Girl talk, child. It's my anniversary. Yeah, yeah. Anniversary. Yes. You know, to the one that treat my claims has no man. Oh my goodness. Okay, Charlene. Okay. Okay, December baby. Okay, so let's speak on George Floyd. George, rest in peace to George Floyd, that was murdered by the white cops. From what I understand, all four cops have been fired. Good morning, Danny. But the way, thank you, Pooh, the way that that brother was begging for his life, it made me feel some kind of way. What's up, sweet vibes? Let me tell y'all something. The man was telling them he wasn't even moving. You all already had him in handcuffs. Why couldn't you? Thank you, Ginger Snap. Thank you, Penny. Hey, Leak You. Good morning, baby. Thank you, Miss Lulu. Yes, honey. 21 years. 21 years. Um, but the way that he was begging for his life, thank you, Danny. It had me in my feelings. Okay, Lydia. See you later, pumpkin. Yes, when he called for his mother, yes, that took me. I said, oh my God. Y'all realize it only takes 3.5 minutes for a person to actually black out. Now, coupled with the fact that they had him down there that long, death was imminent. The people around was begging that, look, just let him up, sit him up. You already got him in handcuffs. He's telling you he can't breathe. Sit him up, sit him up. Baby, I couldn't. Minneapolis is going to have to stand up. Minneapolis is going to have to stand up. They already standing up. They really are. And you know what? Oh, he's from Houston. Oh my God. His supporters are outraged. You'll be there to support. Good. Then his nose started bleeding. Right, got his love. His nose started bleeding, and the lady was saying his nose is bleeding. I said, mm-mm. Yes, it was ridiculous. But let me tell y'all something. And the cop that actually had his knee on his neck was looking so matter of fact, like what? What? And you know what I'm saying? Like it's everyday run of the mill. He was not resisting at that point. Right. They've been protesting, baby. They have been wearing them out. It was such a hard watch. It was a very hard watch. And to see him die in police custody like that, and they already know everything is being recorded. Yes, he did appear to be enjoying it. He appeared to be enjoying it. He did not, I don't care who said what. And they was giving him the business. They was cussing him out, calling him everything. Let me tell you something. And then the little Chinese cop, good morning, beauty by nature. How you doing, love bug? Oh, they killed him because he tried to cash a check and said he forged his name on the check. That does not. Let me tell you something. That does not constitute. How is that justification? How is that justification? There was no way, and the mayor came on trying to clean it up, baby. You can't clean it up. You fired up. Okay, now what? Yes, he was stumped down. I'm talking about straight up. Yes, ma'am, Coco 929. Your spirit can't handle. Let me good morning, Mama Rays. Let me tell you something. Kitten Zombie, watching it, I am trying to breathe for him. You know what I'm saying? You know how you watch somebody and you try and take on what they're taking on? I was trying to breathe for him. You're right, Alexis. And you won't, TC, and you won't. You listening from work? Okay, Pumpkin. Definitely, and let me tell you something. Definitely, the one that had the knee on the neck. Now he definitely need charges to be brought up on him because, and really, truth be told, the rest of them do too because they were complicit in it. They stood there, and not one of them said that's enough. Not one of them said, "Okay, let's sit him up and get him in the car." I don't care if he was the lead officer. Not one of them said anything to try to help this brother. He was disgusted. He said being black in America shouldn't be a death sentence. Exactly. But that's exactly what that was. And he had his hands in his pocket. He enjoyed it, baby. Got his up. He enjoyed it. You're right, Sarah. They all need to be charged. You couldn't look. It was too much. Miss Patricia, I couldn't look away. I couldn't look away. He suffered. Let me tell y'all something. Unless you've ever been, unless your airway has ever been obstructed in any way, you couldn't imagine the fright. You couldn't imagine all of the emotions that he was going through. You know what I'm saying? All of the emotions. Hey, Danja. All you could do was cry. That it right. That's a horrible way to die. Alexis, I could not look away. I had to wait a minute. What was I watching? I could not stop watching because I wanted to see the outcome. I was rooting for him. I was hoping that they would get him up in time. I was hoping that honey, I was living off of hope, trying to breathe for him. I was going through so much just watching it. You were an emotional wreck, honey. Right, Brooklyn Star, right. When he lost his bladder, yeah. I was like, he's gone. And they knew it too. They knew it too. Girl, let me tell you something. There are a lot of people that are being killed in custody that we never hear about. Right, Stomp Down. Let me tell you something. He was already surrounded by police. You already had him in handcuffs. What was he going to do? What was he going to do to you? Why? And then somebody was asking, what kind of drug are you on? What did you take? What? What's up, Queen Riri? How you doing, Lum? You can't watch the video? Girl, I had to watch it. I had to watch it because I was rooting for him. I did not want him to die like that. Let me tell y'all, that's one of the worst ways to die. You know what I'm saying? His face against the pavement, this man's knee on his neck, cutting off his airway. I can't, no, ma'am. There is no way that could be justified. There would be no pension for you. What you gonna do is end up in prison. I couldn't be the judge. I couldn't be the DA. Baby, I would throw the book at them. I listen, Danny, I see it the same way. Maybe they didn't because they could have gotten up. Dude, once you got him in handcuffs, you're supposed to pick him up and put him in the car. You're supposed to not keep your knee on their neck. What's the procedure? Did you forget? Did you miss class that day? Did all of y'all miss class that day? Because all of y'all stood around and watched it. Then that one Oriental cop, he's standing there. What was he doing? Crowd control. You were not doing crowd control. They weren't doing anything because they was giving his ass the business too, and they should have been. No, he won't, Charlene. He won't. But I want to know what the charges are going to be. I really do. I want to know if all of them are going to get charged. That's what I want to know. And don't think not the eyes are going to be all over this. You're right, Miss Patricia. Let me tell you something. My dad will always tell me when we were younger, he don't talk too much about it now, but how they would turn the water hoses on them, and how when that water hose got turned on them, it would feel like fire. It would feel like your skin was going to come off. I said, you know what? I couldn't imagine then what they went through, but watching George go through it, no ma'am. He was trying to teach him right. Other black people watching the murder a lesson. Just slow down. Let me tell you. Is that what he think gonna happen? Is that what he thinks is going to happen? Was what? Were you trying to send a message to the black community? Cause guess what? Yeah, he meant to kill that man, Miss V. Hey, Candy Cane. Yes, they were pleading with him to stop. Pleading. To think nothing has changed. And that's what's so crazy about it. These people think that they could do whatever they want to do just because they have a badge. And my son has a badge. And we sat down and we had a long talk about about this situation last night. And he was like, Mom, he pointed out everything that was wrong about the situation. I could not get with it because he sat down, we watched together, and I couldn't. I just couldn't. And I asked him, I said, so had you been one of the officers there on the scene, what would you have done to help that brother? What would you have done? Would you have been a stand-up brother that you are because you are African American man? What would you have done? He said, Mama, to be honest, I would have gone against my brothers in blue and we would have had to get him up. We would have had to get him up. They don't know what kind of health condition the man already had. They didn't know anything about him. But the cop that had the knee on the neck, oh, he enjoyed every minute of it. What I would like to know is, okay, now you say they all lost their jobs. Okay, but did anyone get arrested? Oh, but don't think that now, Val. Don't think that. Let me tell you something. I'm waiting on the commentary from it today from the news anchors. I'm waiting for the commentary. Matter of fact, let me turn on the news station right now and see what's going on. Somebody better say something. Somebody better say something, baby. Mm-mm. This, yeah, it happened in it happened in Minneapolis, but it's a United States problem. I don't know, Alexis. See, I don't know if he was or if he wasn't. They just said that the all four cops got fired. Okay, but were any charges pressed? That's what I want to know. Because that's the easy question you can answer. You can answer that right now. They said FBI investigating. Why would the FBI be investigating, baby? Oh, not yet leaked. Oh, you haven't heard anything either? Because I know you on top of it. I know you are all over it. He should have automatically been arrested, Iron Brooks. But you know what? Listen, those boys in blue, child. Or a grand jury will be brought in. Okay, good. I'm trying to, because I'm trying to figure out why would the FBI get involved? Oh, they're still protesting with Roland Johnson live on Facebook. Okay. What? The FBI is investigating civil rights violations. Okay. You're right, Miss Felicia. It's sad. You can't just, it's already bad enough. They do get special privileges, you, but I'm gonna tell you what, they also, because they are civil servants, when they took that oath, baby, you are held to a higher standard. And so when you commit a crime, you are supposed to be charged more harsh than an average citizen. Now that's what they told me when I took my oath. Now that's what they had told us. The state's attorney they can without a grand jury. They can. I see that's just wrong. Right. Right. Telling them to get up. Get up. How you gonna get up? This man got his knee on your neck. I heard that. I heard him saying that. The same officer, what? The shooting death of Wayne Raines in 2006? Wow. So this is his second murder on record, old child, that we know of, girl. You right, on record, because you could barely watch it. It is happening too much. This tipped everything over. Oh wow, Lee. Hey Valerie. He has murdered before. Child. Oh, Crump is the family's attorney. Oh, he getting into it. Well, Miss Thibodeau, baby, you know what? Let me tell you what. There's already outrage that's going on right now. Yes, I noticed the EMTs didn't even attempt to revive him. I noticed that. Not a chest compression the first, not nothing. Now let me tell you something. They could have saved. Now if they could have saved him because they didn't even attempt to. Baby, you should have been pushing IVs. You should have been listen. It was a lot of things that could have happened that didn't. Oh Lord. See, I don't have Facebook, so see, I don't know what's going on Facebook, girl. No leak. Somebody, Miss Thibodeau just put that in the chat. Not even a blood pressure check. Well, they could see he had already lost his body. Probably already lost the fluids and stuff that was in his body. They knew that man was dead. Right? Is that he was handcuffed the whole time? That was the whole thing. Right, Miss Diva One? I can't. I cannot. I cannot do it. And not only that, they shouldn't have to do an autopsy because it was caught on so many cameras. It's been streamed all across America. So listen, try to get out of it. You cannot. You can't try to get out of it. You can't even attempt to. And not only that, yes, the mayor was disgusted. Firing them is not enough. Firing them is not enough. I am too, Channel 85. That's why I always try to make sure that I guess that's why I'm such a mama bear. I gotta know where you are at every moment of the day. I just have to. Hey Londo, happy Wednesday. He should be charged. Also, every officer that stood there, in my opinion, Leak should be charged because they were all complicit in it. They did nothing to stop it. I don't know, Stomp Down. I don't know. Leak, you, what do you think about Stomp Down's question? Facebook is a battleground. You do, Brooklyn Star. Girl, I gave Facebook up a long time ago. A long time ago. Mm. Right. Is that right, NC Girl for Life? Mm. Yes, that is a very good question. You heard Pastor Cheryl Brady speak out on it, Val. Oh yeah, that was murder. Yeah, that was murder. It was a manslaughter. It was murder. Charlene in a rump somewhere hiding, child. He don't want him. Mm-mm. Right, Pooh? You're exactly right. Oh, she's a very influential white pastor. Oh, okay, Val. Good morning, mother of black sons.
Hey, Bama girl, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I
Good
am
morning, mother of black sons. Elizabeth, turn me down, baby.
I am good. I just wanted to call to say happy anniversary, Bama girl. This is God is love.
Thank you so much. Happy birthday.
Thank you. And I just wanted, I'm not sure if I missed everybody, but I tried to respond to everybody. I just want to say thank you so, so much for the outpouring of love for my birthday. I appreciate it. Today I don't really celebrate birthdays and holidays anymore because I don't have my parents and they were big on birthdays. But
Uh-huh.
it's a blessing to be able to wake up and just see love. And I really, really appreciate it, guys. I really,
Yes.
really do. It means a lot. So I just wanted to come on and say thank you. I don't want to cry because I'm a crybaby sometimes. But I'm a crybaby. But because people don't have to say happy birthday, people don't have to stop and take time for their busy days just to say happy birthday to me. So whatever they do, I appreciate it from the depths of my soul. I really, really do. And again, I thank God for each and every one of you for treating me, as family. I always feel at home when I come in your chat. Always feel nothing
Oh,
but warmth
thank
and love. I feel love from the moment I came in up until this day, and I just want to say thanks to everybody in the chat for being so sweet and always so warm. And I just want to say thank you to you, Bama girl, just for having the spirit that you have. And I know that God is with you. I know that He lives in you. And I just thank you from one spirit to another. Thank you guys so much.
thank you so much, Queen. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
And happy birthday again, love. Enjoy your day.
Will do. Thank you guys.
Elizabeth, what's up?
Well, I was just going to touch on some things that Leek you was saying because she is spot on with everything.
Uh-huh.
She is spot on
Uh-huh.
with everything that she has
Uh-huh.
been saying in the chat. Can you hear me?
I can, baby.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's what I just pretty much wanted to say. I'm normally in your background. I don't really say much. I just watch.
Yeah, but a lot of Leak You is always very good at covering these types of situations. She's always on it. She brings us the latest, what's going on. And I appreciate her point of view, period, when it comes down to it.
Totally, 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 totally,
And
totally.
I completely
Keep
agree
up
with
good
you.
work.
One thing about it, that's why I wanted to know, her point on what hey Lee, good morning, Queen.
Hey, Lizzie Bitty. Lizza Bitty. Hey, Bama
Yes.
girl. Hello,
Hey
guys.
boo.
I figured I'd jump on since, this whole story is horrible. I don't know if you guys noticed. I mean, I don't know how many of you watched the video, but if you really, really pay attention to what that cop is doing, he was grinding his knee into George's neck while
Yes,
using his arm to brace himself on the car while having his left arm in his pocket. And when
yes.
the bystanders tried to get him to stop, he pulled mace out on him.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep, he
Yeah.
pulled mace out on
She
him.
sure
So he
did.
was going to kill
She
that
sure
man.
did.
It was like he wanted them to see him kill a man without, them being able to do anything about it, is what it looks
Right,
like.
right.
And
And
this
did you
man has been
also
involved
notice?
in murder before.
And did you also notice, Leak, you that at some point his face, he had a smirk on his face as if it was
Yes, I
giving him some
did.
kind of pleasure.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, there's a lot of cops. It's an unspoken thing. They have a kill count. It's like you have your military, you got your snipers, they have kill counts, but believe it or not,
Right.
there's a lot of cops walking around with this secret, language that they talk to each other with, how many have you killed? How many people have you killed? That type of thing. And that's the problem, is they're coming out of this police academy with this shoot to kill mindset. It's not about, taking someone down. What disgusts me more than anything, at first when I seen the video, I had no idea there was two additional men holding him down and the man was handcuffed.
Right.
He was handcuffed the whole time.
The whole
and
time.
I didn't even, find that out until, I'm listening to the news report, and I'm like, wait a minute, that just changed the game. He was subdued.
Yes, he
The
was.
entire time, yes.
So that really, really changes the game up a lot. The police cannot use him not being handcuffed as an excuse, and that's going to make it worse for them. All 4 of them should be charged with murder, including Chow, the one who was sitting there guarding what was going on, guarding them while they murdered that man to try to avoid those bystanders, from getting there. There was a woman there that was a firefighter begging them to check his pulse.
Yeah.
His nose was bleeding. He was responsive for about 3 minutes. Then he went unresponsive, and the man still kept his knee on his neck for at least 3 to 4 more minutes. A total of 8 minutes. This man.
He killed that man. He killed him.
He killed him. Yeah. So I, was on this story all day yesterday. And when I seen the protests start, they were peaceful at first, but they got down there to that 3rd precinct. And they started throwing bricks and eggs. And you could see them getting swatted up, inside the building and everything. Yeah. And throwing tear gas and everything. And it may not be over today. It really may not be over today. We don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not going to sit up here and say that I'm mad about about them protesting. I'm not, because I'm sick and tired of seeing these police officers get away with murder. Bama Girl and Elizabeth, I feel like when a police officer murders someone in the line of their duties, they should not get this blue line of protection. They should be taken and charged like anyone else. If it was in the line of duty and it was fair, then they'll be set free. I feel like this, let the police, committees think about this, whether we're going to charge them. No, if that was one of us sitting on the knee, putting our knee on somebody's neck for 8 minutes, and they seen that on video, how long would it have taken for one of us to be charged with the crime?
Please, we would already be charged.
Exactly.
Before we even got to the precinct, to whatever precinct we were going to, we would have already, the charges would have already been brought up.
Exactly.
Agreed.
So they deserve the same treatment. Go ahead, Elizabeth. I'm sorry.
No problem. But not only that, it's what you were saying, Leku. It is that code of blue, that blue wall of silence that they protect each other's back, whether they're right or wrong. It's crazy.
Yeah.
80% of these cops are somebody's parent. They're at home telling their kids to do quite the contrary to what they're doing. And they're practicing something totally different. The hypocrisy in that alone is deafening, But it's sad too that we have become we're not the people we used to be. In that we're so afraid of the police attacking us when we see an injustice that they do upon one of us, that we do nothing. And what do I mean by that? All of those people who were around,
I know what
people
you
who were
mean.
across the street, like I'm sure you saw those people across the street at that gas station because they were looking on.
Did.
Yeah.
If you think that all of those people around had rushed those 4 cops,
they could have stopped.
Sure. Maybe more than one would be deceased. But the point being is that we're not going to continue to accept this type of behavior from you all when we're paying your salary.
That's right. That's right. They are civil servants. Let me tell you something. They come from our tax dollars. So you mean to tell me I got to pay you to kill me?
To kill you. Exactly.
You remember Gavin Long, Micah Johnson? Gavin Long and Micah Johnson were the men that went out on some would consider them martyrs. They, and I'm not saying everyone would. Micah, he killed 5 Dallas officers a few years ago. I live in Dallas. I was here when it happened, downtown Dallas during a parade.
Yes.
And injured for. Excuse me. And then you had Gavin. He didn't kill as many officers, but he made his point. He had some videos on social media. And basically the premise is we have a generation of people, men and women. You've got also Hispanic men and women that feel just as, feel like the police are racist against them too. I mean, especially here in Texas, and they are rising up. So my concern would be that there's going to be another Gavin Long or Micah situation, and I believe there will be more of those. And the reality is that you cannot inflict this pain. We went from, people being enslaved to literally think about how far back the 60s were when Martin Luther King was alive. It really wasn't that long ago. We're talking one generation. My mother was living when MLK, was alive.
Right.
One generation back. So people are starting to rise up. And I think that we're starting to see that. And the police, but the fear that I have is that military gives all their weapons to police, units when they're done with them. We know that. They give them all their old weapons, where they get all those, canisters of tear gas from the military, of course. It could end up to be a really, really big revolution or fight, but I just feel there's a revolution coming. I don't know if I'll see it in my lifetime.
It's coming,
but I feel it.
It's coming.
You can't just keep treating people like this, and they're not going to take it forever. It just doesn't work like that. That's not reality.
But see, they're banking on that. They're banking on the same behavior that's been going on. Think about this. We have not rioted with such great disdain since Rodney King. Think about it.
Yeah.
Not to that magnitude.
Not to that magnitude.
With Rodney King.
Yeah.
Now they've had riots and stuff, but not like that.
Ferguson was kind of close. Ferguson was sort of close.
But they're
not like
they're banking on you continuing to be complacent in that.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah.
As far as the FBI, they're looking for civil rights violations. It's sort of like when Rodney King's, the officers that beat him senseless were acquitted of their crimes in the state. Well, then they were convicted federally for civil rights violations. They're out of jail, of course, but it's something, especially when you're dealing with a corrupt police department. And Minneapolis has had more than their fair share of police shootings. There was a 27-year-old young lady shot not too long ago.
Wow.
Brianna. There's been several police shootings in Minneapolis over the last few years, and you've seen the culmination of people getting tired of it last night. So I don't know how many days this will continue, these protests and possible riots, but Martin Luther King said riots are the language of the unheard. They're not listening. They're not hearing.
They doxed both of those officers.
Oh yeah, they doxed them within an hour.
Yeah.
I can remember
within an hour.
I can remember my dad telling me stories of how afraid they were marching across the Pettus Bridge in Selma with Dr. Martin Luther King, and how afraid they were, and how the police officers were ready to shoot and beat and everything just on command.
All because they wanted rights. We wanted rights. Think about that. People couldn't even vote that long ago. We're talking one generation, so it's like, we know it's not going to happen overnight, but this is enough. I've covered a lot of police brutality cases in my lifetime. It's something that I abhor. And so, I do put a lot of effort into covering it. And Bama girl, Liz, I'm telling you, there is a revolution coming. There's going to be some more Gavins, Longs, and some more Micah Johnsons. There's going to
Mhm.
be.
You know, it should be, unless, you know, they're going to seriously do for real police reform. You know, every time one of these shootings occur, even with the, you know, the incident with Laquan McDonald and how that went down, and them
Oh my
covering
God,
up and
yeah.
all of that stuff, you know, and he was
Yeah.
just a kid.
Yeah.
You know, the thing of it is that at some point you have to stop selling the wolf tickets. You can't keep saying
Yeah.
you're doing more training. They don't need, this is not about training. This is not about
No.
training.
Nope.
Okay? Because every professional job that someone is on, they are continuously getting training every year. So this is not
That's
a
it.
training issue. This is a people issue.
That's right.
So unless they correct the people issue, this is going to be a circle that continuously traces itself. It's going to retrace and retrace and retrace, you know. So it's really, really sad. You know, I am a proponent of, you know, Black Americans repatriating back to our ancestral home. I am a big proponent of that.
Yeah.
Yes, the continents, the countries on the continent of Africa have all kinds of issues. However, they need the
Yeah.
best and brightest talent to help them to overcome. Now you're going to get corruption everywhere. That is the nature of greedy people.
Right.
Now we all know the history of Haiti in 1804. When the Haitians decided to have an uprising, they killed all the coons. Get it how you live. You just have to get it how you live.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You know, it
hey,
sounds
there's
drastic,
many
but
that agree
Harriet
with you.
Tubman was going to shoot folks for trying to tell what Underground Railroad was.
Right.
You know,
There's many that agree.
it is.
You know, I wonder how many people wouldn't even be in jail right now for even shooting a cop, you know, if it wasn't for that fear that they have instilled in people. You know, it's like if a cop gets behind me, I start shaking. I get nervous, you know, if I'm in the car
Yes.
you know,
It's sad that you have to feel like that, Leak. That's sad.
it's
that
true.
you-
Yeah, but it's true. And especially, you know, if I'm with my husband.
It's sad that you have to feel that way.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
you're-
sad that all of us have to feel that way.
You know,
Right.
it's
None of us should have to feel like that. You know, we see a police officer and we go the other way, or people will just run because they just don't want the problems with the cop. You know, that's just normal, natural because of what they have inflicted. We're talking about the police officers have inflicted traumatic events on the Black community, the Hispanic community, but not necessarily their white community. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. And I'm a mixed person saying this. Now I don't get no pass just for being mixed. To them, you know, they don't look at me as being white. And it's sad that our children have to fear. It's sad that our mothers of our children have to fear them going outside and running into a cop. I have to talk to my boys all the time about just this situation. Several years, I've always, you know, talked to them since they were young teenagers. You know, if you get pulled over, do this. If you get this, do that. I always felt like I raised them up in a really good area that would never happen. And thank God it never did. And I pray to God it never will. But what we're seeing is senseless. You know, police officers just shooting out. But what I was going to say is I agree with your sentiment, Lizza, that we're good people. I'm gonna be honest here, and I know some people may not agree with me, but until we fight back, they're gonna keep dogging us out.
Agree. Yeah, it's gonna be a
fight
continuous cycle.
Fight back may mean that some people may die, Bama girl. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me tell you something. In war times, this is how it happens. Good morning, Art. Good morning, How to Fly. UGTV, how you doing, Queen? But let me tell you this. Let me tell you something. When it comes down to war, you're gonna lose some lives, but lives are already being lost by the hands of police officers. So at some point in time, we know that this is going to take place.
It is.
But Bama girl, you know for yourself, every revolution has casualties, no matter how big or small the revolution is. There's casualties.
That's
That
right.
is part of the predicated outcome. You know, I am no one's parent, but I could not imagine being a mother of a Black male and having to cringe every time my child went out, whether he's going to the corner store, he's going to school, or going to a family member's house, for being worried about if he's going to return
Hey,
to me
chill out.
the same way in which he left. That has got to be heart-wrenching every freaking day, even in
Yep.
the confines of what we're dealing with right now of a 2020 pandemic. That has got to be heart-wrenching.
It is heart-wrenching. It is heart-wrenching. You know, and I got 2 boys who, you know, are by a Black man. So of course they, you know, they have light skin, but everything, you know, everything else, their hair, all that stuff, the police would consider them Black, surely. But I'm telling you that I've seen this long enough in my lifetime, and then I've covered it long enough in blogging, literally since the 90s through 2000s up until now. It's 2020, and it's the same old crap, and people are tired of the same old crap. And then we had Micah, then we had Gavin, and I'm telling you, I know for a fact there are organizations, they're very secret, but they want this revolution. And I know that from talking to some people. They literally are, you know, are stockpiling and everything because they want revolution against these police officers. And, you know, I have a son in the Navy, and I ask him, you know, son, what are you going to do when you get out the Navy? And he's like, I don't know, maybe I'll be a police officer. And I'm like, you know how hard it was to hear that?
Well, my son is a
know,
police officer, lead, and I'm gonna tell you what. In this city, honey, I am afraid for him every single day. I'm afraid for him every single day. How do I know that if you pull someone over, that they're not going to get out the car and just start shooting? How do I know that, you know, you won't be a casualty of what's going on?
That's right.
I don't know.
But
I'm afraid for him.
that's what I was saying. I'm sure that's stressful on your own psyche. That it has to be, because that's not normal.
But
you know, it's very, we have to understand.
We've got to understand that the fear of the police and what we've allowed them to do all these years, it drives a lot of the decisions that people make when they get pulled over by the police, whether they're going to run, whether they're going to have a shootout, whether they're going to sit there and go on and let them take them to jail knowing they got a warrant. You know, it's the truth. And it's like, until we can do something with all that fear that we have, which is exactly what it is, because we don't want to go to jail. We don't want them to kill us. We don't want them to kill our babies. And it's natural. But until there is a revolution of some sort, this is going to continue. It's just going to continue.
Now, someone put in the chat, they said that we're not ready for a race war.
I don't know. We're not talking a race war here.
Yeah, it's not about the race.
No. Did you see the number of Hispanics that were at the protests and riots? They were right along with everybody else. Hispanics are treated pretty badly in America, especially in Trump's America, right? We know this. And there were white people there, there were Hispanics there. Now, I know that white people kind of go in their own category when it comes to this topic, but I'm telling you, it don't have to be a black and white thing. This is us against the police thing. Do you know how many Hispanic people have lost their family members to cop killings? There's even white people that have lost their families to cop killings. I've seen white people shot and killed and murdered. I remember a man out in California. He was a white man that was beat to death by the police. The police officer was charged for that. You've got Hispanics. I know of a Hispanic case where literally he was just driving his truck, pulled in his driveway. Police pulled up behind him, shot him 53 times. It's
Wow.
not just a black and white thing. It is us against the police thing. So I really want to clarify that. Now I know some want to take it to a black and white thing, but it's really, really not. There were just as many Hispanics and stuff out there protesting for George yesterday, and they were on our side. And like you were saying, Liza, if all the people standing around watched and would have tried to take those police on to get them off George, yeah, a couple might have died, but they would have saved his life. But the fear stopped them from doing it.
Right. And that's but see, that's because of how we've been conditioned to be afraid
Exactly.
of,
Totally
they
agree,
put that fear in us.
But think
I mean,
about this
think
too,
about-
ladies.
Go ahead.
Think
Liza.
about this. These last few weeks, we have seen people have been calling the cops on black men, predicating that the cops will come.
Mhm.
And you know what the end result is supposed to be.
Yep.
You know, and
Central
that
Park
cop,
Karen.
exactly. Not the cop,
Yeah.
that pastor in Georgia that lied and told his family he was kidnapped by 2 black men and he was really having a gay escapade. Did you all see that?
Girl, no, I did not see
I
that.
heard about it.
Yes.
Yep, I heard about it.
He told his family when they finally found him, he said, yeah, I was kidnapped by 2 black men. When come to find out, he around here trying to get his swerve on. And then look at
Wow.
Karen, that lady who was calling the
Amy.
cops, acting like her life was in danger.
Yeah,
And the
she
black
got
guy was
doxxed
basically
within an
saying,
hour.
put your dog on a leash. You're trying
Yeah.
to get people killed.
Yep.
Right.
Now imagine if the police would have showed up to where Amy Cooper was, aka Central Park Karen. Imagine if they
Yes.
would have showed up. This man is out here bird watching, for God's sakes, bird watching. Sees her struggling with her dog. She really was abusing her dog, strangling the hell out of her dog. He started recording it. She gets angry. And then just like you said, you know what it reminded me of, Liz? It reminded me of Emmett Till. How that woman
Yes.
just sat up there and lied on
Yes.
that boy, and that boy was killed. That's the type of stuff, you know,
Yes.
it reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's funny with that, Leak, is the mere fact that even when the Emmett Till lady came out and confessed that she had lied,
Yep.
she's been allowed to live out the rest of her damn golden years. Had
She
there
sure
been
did.
anybody else with a melanated complexion, they would have been arrested.
They would have found some kind of charges to put on them, even if it would have been some federal
Definitely.
charges.
Statutes of limitations on murder anyway.
Exactly. She should have been charged
There
with
is no
murder.
Conspiracy to commit murder,
That's
all that.
right.
Anything involving murder, there's no statute on it. They can get you.
That's right.
Yep.
That
So,
that
you know-
and bank robbery. There are no statutes of limitations on either one of those.
Exactly.
Blamed 2 black
Now,
people
the
to
pastor's
kidnapping
name
her
I'll tell
son.
you about, his name is Christopher Keys in Macon,
Okay.
Georgia. So he
Mm,
lied
mm-mm.
and said 2 black men kidnapped him and took him to a motel. But it was later revealed that he was trying to have an escapade after meeting a man on Craigslist. But again,
Wow.
lying on black men. Why are we your patsies? Why is the black man your patsy?
You know,
always to go to.
we would have to ask a racist to know the answer to that. Really, honestly, in order
right.
to know the
You're
real
absolutely
answer
correct,
to
Ricky.
that, we need to ask somebody who's racist. Somebody
But then would they even give us a correct answer though?
oh yeah, there's people that would sit down and give a right answer with the right person. Oh
You know
yeah,
what's
I live in
interesting?
a very racist state.
Yes,
There's been times they wouldn't even take the change out of my hand.
Wow. Thank you, Miss Diva One, new member. Thank you.
But what I find interesting is this. The community where my primary residence is predominantly white. Okay. And I remember, I'm divorced. I remember I am a survivor of domestic violence. I remember the last time that my husband jumped on me and I finally called the cops. So the area where we lived in, they did not take him to jail. They just told him to leave. You know why? Because they wanted to keep the stats because of the area. They wanted to keep the stats for domestic violence and other felony crimes down.
Wow, man.
What's sad though is my neighbor behind me, she's like, I can't believe they didn't take him to jail. They should have taken him to jail. Did you get the officer? Yeah, I got a report and all that stuff. But what's funny is if I had been white, they would have taken him to jail.
Straight there?
Absolutely.
No stops, Bama girl. No stops.
Wow.
Yep, that's a
It's
true
crazy.
statement.
But this is what we deal with. And Q Robinson,
You breaking up, boom? Let me see. They showed a video of the lady drowning her son in the lake and blamed it on 2 black men. Wow.
The lady drowning her son in the lake and blamed it on 2 black men. Oh yeah, yep, Susan Smith. Yep, she did that.
Mm-hmm.
You're breaking up, Liz. Bama girl, you still there?
I'm here, baby.
Okay. I didn't know if maybe it was me or if it was just Liz that was breaking up, but that saying of that they say, riots are the language of the unheard. It's so true. They're not listening to us. They're not hearing us. And we've seen a breakout now back in the, we had Rodney King, that situation, right? But then there was a number of years that went by where men were getting killed, women getting killed everywhere. Corinne Gaines, look at that situation. It kicked off all over a freaking stupid ticket over out there in Baltimore, and she was killed. Now she was kind of hardcore, F the police type of mindset, but unfortunately, the more that the police do this and they can, condition people and instill that fear, that's going to be the mindset of many. That's going to be the mindset of many, and it's the mindset of many people right now who want to start a revolution against them. But their fears, they don't have enough people to jump in with them, enough weapons to fight against the police, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's many different reasons.
Of course.
But this has to stop. But I can keep saying that, but I've been saying it for 20 plus, 30 plus years.
Yep.
And it's getting worse and worse and worse, Lee.
Yeah.
Q said, no, this happened last week.
Yeah. Yes. The lady's son was autistic. They have her on camera attempting to kill him like 2 weeks prior. Okay.
Wow.
She killed him a few days ago. But she didn't know she was being recorded from the first time she tried to kill him. So when she killed him
what did she do the first time? She tried to drown him?
The same thing, pushed him in the lake. The same thing. And then lied and said it was black men when she killed him.
Wow.
I think because he was autistic and he was nonverbal. She was tired of caring for him. The thing of it is that you could live at the freaking fire department.
I think part of why they always try to blame Black people, although we would really need to ask a racist person to really understand the answer to that, is they don't look at us as equals.
Right.
Black people are your like you were saying, you're patsy.
They're your subordinate. You're superior to them.
Out of trouble. Yeah. And you're not. White people are not superior to Black people.
No, ma'am.
I mean, it's amazing in the work I do. When I'm telling you right now, coming up in the first 15 years of my career, I never worked with another Black person.
Wow.
Almost my whole career. It wasn't until the last 3 years or so that I've worked with anybody Black or even another woman for that matter. So we got to, get some of their jobs. We got to take some of their money. You know,
Oh, that's
there's
where it
a lot of
hurts.
things we can
Well,
do.
you know the problem. So my
Exactly.
problem. Someone had mentioned about Crump, and I'm gonna tell you why I can't stand him, and I cannot stand Lee Merritt. The problem with them is that they are not seeking justice. They're seeking money. Because what happens when you go and look at their records, and you say, okay, well, how many cases has Crump won? You're gonna pull up nothing. You know why?
Because
They
he
all have
settles
been
everything.
settled out of court for an undisclosed amount.
Yeah.
His disclosures are never public.
Thank you,
These
Becca.
families need to stop. Again, I don't have any children, but I got nephews. There is no price tag that you're going to put to say, okay, well, since you killed my nephew, his life was worth $10 million. I don't know that he wouldn't be the person who found the God particle. That's worth more than $10 million. That's billions.
Wow.
So the problem is he does that and he does not sue the police department's insurance carriers. See, it's just like, Bama Girl, if you and I got into a car wreck, Allstate, you had Allstate would sue me, State Farm, to get their money. Without them suing the insurance holders for the police officers, they could continue to do business as usual, primarily because their rates will not be increased. They will only use the public funds to pay them out and not the insurance carrier's money. See, that's a big difference from if it was an insurance carrier being sued. It would be totally different. Because think about the times you've ever had, if you had an accident and you hit something, the first thing that happens, if it's your fault, what happens? Your insurance premium goes up. Am I right?
Right.
Exactly.
Heck yeah.
So they never sue because all police officers across America, they have to have insurance. It's just like when you go to a concert and entertainers, they have to have insurance on their bodies. It's the same thing. So they don't sue the insurance companies. They're only suing from the kitty of the county or city in which the police department was located in, and not the carrier. Whereas if they sued the insurance companies, their premium was go through the roof and they couldn't hire anybody. Think about all these police departments that get sued all the time. If they sued the carriers, the cities would not be able to afford insurance. Think about it.
Oh, they're doing the march in the third ward today, Mr. Thibodeau? Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's good. That means there's people actually getting out there in different cities trying to show solidarity, which is a great thing, which is kind of what we've been seeing, when these incidents are happening. And that's what we need for a revolution to start, because minds get to thinking, people talk to each other, ideas get formed. And, nobody's going to keep taking this forever. Nobody. Would they?
Of course
they
not.
Wouldn't take this.
It's sad, though. It's sad. Again, I'm not a parent, and I just can imagine, you deal with enough stress as it is, trying to put food on the table, give your children the life that you want them to have. And then you have to also worry about if you're going to go stone crazy, because you got to worry about if your kid leaves out, that he's not going to return to you from whence he left.
Right.
I just, man, that's a lot of stress.
Get a knock on the door. That is stressful, because you don't ever know if you're going to get the knock on the door.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying, Bama Girl. That has to be, we already have our own idiosyncrasies about mental illness and mental health. So, you continuously add on undue stress to a person. What do you think people will do?
Exactly. You don't know. You don't know what an unstable mind will or won't do. They don't even know from time to time what they will or won't do. And then to think about cops out there with mental instabilities that are out there just loving.
It's sad.
It's sad because they love the job that they do, because they can inflict just as much as they want to on a person with no recourse.
No recourse. With impunity. It's basic with impunity. So they, you know, I am the judge, the jury, the executioner, and that's how I get it. You know, it's sad. It really is sad. Well, I'm gonna log off. I'm sure you may have somebody else that wants to come on, Mama Girl. You know, I'm in Dubai, so you all have a good day and thank you.
Enjoy yourself, girl. How is it there?
Well, we're opening up as of today. We opened back up, so
okay.
Of course, with restrictions. Of course, with restrictions. So, but yeah, we've opened back up here. Yeah.
So you live in Dubai?
I do. I mean, I still have my house in Houston, but yeah.
Yes. I know that's right, honey.
So listen, I tell you what, I'd rather be here because you know, you folks, look here. I know how Americans are. I've been worldwide. I know how we do. We ignorant. I don't have the time for that. I'm too old.
Girl.
Wow.
Y'all out here having parties.
But I hear it's pretty strict in Dubai too, though, right?
Okay, Jody. Thank you.
You have a good one.
Okay, thank you so much, Liz.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye, Lick you.
Bye.
Hey, TC.
Good morning. How are you, Bam?
Hey, TC, how you doing?
I'm good. Good morning, Leak You. Good morning to the chat. And to the sister that just left off, good morning to her. Yes, maybe good afternoon to her. Let me tell you something. I saw that thing yesterday, and I was hotter than the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, that what the sister was just talking about in reference to the police officers, she's absolutely right. I wish that we had it in Philadelphia, that the police officers had to have their own insurance. So whenever they did wrong, that they would get sued personally.
Yes, I agree 1,000% with that. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And we had a couple of people who were running for judge. As a matter of fact, Jackie Frazier was one of them, Joe Frazier's daughter. And they ran on the platform that the police department, the police officers needed to carry their own insurance.
Thank you, Liz.
Liability insurance, so that in cases like this, that the families, or any case that was just out of order, out of due process, that they would have to make sure that they sued the police officer personally, as opposed to suing the city or the county or whatever the case may be. I'm with Leak You at this particular point. I'm tired of talking. And but see, my modus operandi is a little different. No one will ever see me coming. It's not gonna be, I'm not doing the marching and none of that stuff.
We've been doing that. We've been marching.
Yeah. You know that, and I understand there's a place for everything. I get it. That's not my MO. But you know, these cats are gonna have to pay, and that's all I have to say. They're gonna have to pay.
They were just talking about it now on MSNBC, breaking news.
Are they rioting right now, Bama Girl? Because I'm in the car driving, so.
No, they're not right now. They're not, but they are setting up barricades, girl. They're looking for a riot, honey.
Yeah. TC, you're right. I agree with that. I don't know. I mean, I said that a long time ago too. If these officers had to, obtain insurance, a liability insurance of some kind, and had to, pay for that out of their own pocket, I wonder how, and maybe if something happened, they would have to pay even a larger sum, and they would be personally responsible from a financial aspect. Would these killings go down at all? Like, would they blatantly put their knee on somebody's neck knowing, oh, well, if I kill this person, I'm going to have to, do this and pay that and do this. Money is always the root to try to get people and to guide people to doing what you want them to do. And I love the idea. I think it would be a really good idea.
Absolutely.
But I don't
It's
know if it's going to stop all the brutality that we're seeing, you know.
well, you know, we have to see it go through, and then we'll know if it'll be effective or not. You know,
Yeah.
it not happening, we know it's definitely not effective. So, I mean, I don't know if anyone remembers that movie, The Drop Squad, back in the day, but let me just say this. The police officers, they just look so callous. I don't understand what in the heck this dude was thinking with his continuously keeping his knee on that guy's airway. It's just
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I was ready to just like go through my own phone when I'm watching this. You know how, and then they, you know, and then they just dumped him on the stretcher when the paramedics came.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
they knew he was already gone.
The
I
guy
know,
with his
but
knee on his neck knew he was dead because minutes before. If you really watch his body language
yeah,
after
he
the
knew.
last time when he tried to lift himself up, his shoulder up, he intentionally dug down harder and used the car to brace himself to do it. He dug down harder. You can see him grinding his knee into his neck. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if he has some sort of a broken neck when the autopsy is done. But he cut off the oxygen
Well,
supply.
see, I don't even think they're going to do an autopsy.
They better do an autopsy. If they don't,
Yeah,
that's enough to
they
riot
do.
over.
Because if they do an autopsy, let's see, because one of his family members was just speaking. Let's see, the NAACP has gotten involved now.
Oh yeah, they're involved.
Wow. Sick.
I want to know about the charges. I want to know.
That's right. Right.
Forget firing them. Forget firing them. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a no-brainer. What are the charges?
Right.
You know, I don't think they'll get a first-degree murder, but second degree,
No. I know
for sure.
Mhm. Yeah,
Second
I
degree
know
for
it's gonna
sure.
be first degree. Right. My
Although in a
thing
way,
is,
you could kind of look at it like the guy with the knee on his neck should be charged with first degree, because it's like he sat there and
Exactly.
intentionally did
Right.
that, knowing what he was
and he had
doing.
the power to stop, and he knows in his training how long it takes a person. That's the very reason why they took out. Let me tell you something. When we went through training, yes, they taught us how to put people in chokeholds, but you
Yes.
cannot put a person in a chokehold anymore.
You cannot. And also the position that he did was also not taught at the academy. That was a jujitsu move. And
That was not taught at the
Right.
academy.
it was not taught at the academy. He was not supposed to be holding him down with his knee on his neck like that.
Right. Ain't you
That's
gonna
like a
say
combat move.
That was another form
why
of
their
training.
names not released yet? And listen, let me tell you, when the guy was up close talking about what's your badge number, oh, he was proud to show him his badge number.
Because he has to by law, Chow or Tower, whatever his name is. All he did was guarded a murder. He guarded a murder.
So to
and
me,
let
he was
those-
complicit.
he was complicit, and he should be charged as well. And the
He
Right.
mayor
definitely should be
feels
charged.
the
Or
same
he got
way.
fired.
Yeah, he was fired, and the mayor feels the same way. Like, he is just as complicit. I mean, these people begged and begged and begged for him to lift his knee. They're like, he's not even responsive anymore. I mean, how can you continue to hold your knee down on this man for 4 more minutes? And he's not even
Their
moving.
names have been released. Okay.
Yeah, all of them were doxxed yesterday. I think that
Oh,
the
my
police
goodness.
agency or the mayor, one of them in their offices, actually released the name of these officers. And what's so cold about it, the main one with the knee on the neck, he has actually been involved in multiple police shootings, and including killing people before. This ain't his first rodeo. He's killed a man before.
Yeah. He has a rap sheet. Absolutely. He does.
Wow.
Yep. And as far as Ben Crump goes, Crump comes around anytime you see a police brutality case of this type of nature. I remember him in Ferguson,
Yeah, they said
and
that he did a bad job with the Trayvon Martin.
yep, I've heard that about him. And I don't know. You got to be specialized to deal with those kinds of cases, but it's crazy. It's like, I don't know if Crump is picking up the phone calling these people, because he was there within the day. And I mean, Crump has been all over the United States on these different police cases. And I know as a lawyer, you got to be able to practice in a certain states. I don't know how that works, but
you're right. That he has to be barred, unless, I'm not sure if he's barred in
but
that
he don't
state.
have to take the bar exam more than once, right?
You have to pass the bar.
You have to pass. Yes, every state, just like me. Yeah, just like me. If I wanted to be a mortician in Louisiana, I will also have to get a license for Louisiana. I will have to get a license for each state. So and Miss Thibodeau, you know what?
There are some.
You don't hide it. You tell them the truth. You tell them the truth from your perspective.
That's right.
There are some states that you can take the bar. If you pass it, you will also be able to practice a jurisprudence in the court of law in other states. They know. So like if you pass in New York, you are more than likely grandfathered into other states.
Got it.
Okay.
And, things of that nature.
Francis, now's the time, depending on how old they are, if they're asking questions and, being mixed, I can tell you that you should definitely tell them they're, I'm sure they understand they're not white, because I know when they go to school and they see their white, classmates, they may get treated differently. I know that's how it was for me growing up. But it's, you just keep it real with them and in the most gentle language that you can, but there's nothing to lie about. This is something they're going to find out as they grow older. So the more honest you are with them, the more trust you will gain with them as they continue to grow.
Be very upfront and honest, because they have to be prepared, and you have to prepare them at home for what they're going to have to face.
That's right.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I have prepared all my children, and God forbid the day, I swear, if something ever happens to somebody. Now, I've had 2 people that I know that were lost by police killings. They weren't really, they weren't related to me or anything, but one of them was my goddaughter's father. He was shot and killed in a little town in East Texas about maybe 5 years ago or so. And, it is a difficult thing. And when it happened, she was only like 16 at the time, and it crushed her world. So what people don't think about too sometimes is the families that are left behind after, when an incident like this happened. It's so traumatic.
It is.
It is such a traumatic thing to for someone to walk up and say, "Mom, we lost such and such. The police killed him." When the police are there, they're supposed to protect you. They're supposed to be there for your protection and to help you. What do you mean they killed my baby?
Yeah.
It's like, why are we shooting people in the backs when they're running?
Right.
The man, Walter, I can't remember his last name. He was shot in the back. They shot at 9 times, 8 bullets actually hit him. That fat ass police officer wasn't going to run behind him. So instead he just pulled his pistol out and started busting caps.
Right.
It's that type of nonsense. And, like I say, if it don't stop, we are going to see an uprising like you've never seen in your life. It is happening. There are YouTube channels out there. People talk about it all the time. There's people out on radio, some of the internet radio stations that are all about Black Power. You know, I hate the white man. I just want people to really understand that Hispanics have had it bad as well from police and living in Trump's America the last couple of years. And just look at the people that were there during those riots yesterday. That made me happy to see that whole city came together. It wasn't black, it wasn't white, it was everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there were white people getting tear gas, there were Hispanic people getting tear gas, there were Arabs getting tear gas. So, you know, all of us are tired of being, I don't know, it feels like we're being pushed down by these police officers. You know, one gets
because they're the big bad bullies.
Yeah,
they're the big bad bullies now.
Plant evidence on you. You know, we got these harsh jail sentences. In America, we put people in jail for long periods of time, more than a lot of other countries. Really. And if we don't even want to get to talking about the death penalty and whether that's even right or wrong. In some instances, I think it's right. But in a lot of instances, I think that we shouldn't be taking away a man's life that we didn't give. There's been too many innocents that have been killed on death row. And that's just real.
Yeah.
So, Leek, I just wanted to say that I hear you, sis, when you talk about, you know, the Hispanic brothers and sisters, those that, you know, come together with us in these times. I do want to just say that there is no other race of people like the Black race in America.
I agree.
With our set of circumstances, nowhere on the face of this earth has anyone endured and gone through the horrific indiscretions of other races. And so I think I know that let me just say this from a Hebrew standpoint, because a lot of my Hispanic brothers and sisters are Sephardic Jews, and they know that when certain things like this come about, they better muster their behinds up and rise up with us, because they know who we are as a Black people, that we are the original Jews. And they too are the Sephardic Jews. Geraldo Rivera, a whole bunch of people know this. And so they have to do what they have to do. Here's the thing that I am really having concerns about. And this is this Asian cop that was right there in front.
Yeah.
And I'm having to, because we have a lot of Asians here in Philadelphia, and I see them on a day-to-day basis and things of that nature. And now my eyebrows are going up. I don't want to blame them for someone else, but I do say this: when you're quiet, then you're saying something. Okay?
Right.
You said a lot. That was wrong. I mean, that wasn't wrong. That was sinful.
Yes.
And so I just want to say to the Africans from Africa, the West Indians from the West Indies, from the people from Canada, Mexico, everybody, Black people in this country have endured a whole lot, and it is warranted that everyone stand with us, because you don't, they're coming for you.
That's it.
So they will eventually. It is going to happen. But I'm just, like I said, right now I have a little side eye and my eyebrows are going up to those people in the Asian community, whoever they are, Korean, Chinese, Cambodian, Laotian, whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't stand up, there are going to be some repercussions for them as well.
In other
Serious
words, pick a side.
Business.
Pick a side.
Well, here's the thing. It's only like, I mean, Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles and Helen Keller could have seen that was an absolute sinful situation. That guy stood there and did nothing and smirked the whole time.
I would have pulled my gun on the cop that had his knee in that man's neck. I would have pulled my gun out on his ass and forced him to relieve his
Stand
knee
him
off of
up.
his neck. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
the way he just stood there trying to stop the crowd, and then almost went for a guy, and this woman was like, I'm recording it, don't you touch him. He's like, no, you touch me. He's like, oh no, you came for me. You know, there was this banter back and forth, and you know, I agree with you. It that's the best word you can. It's like so sinful. How could
Right.
you stand there to the wailing, screaming cries of these people that don't even know the man laying on the ground being killed, begging you to do something, and you stand there. What killed me, you guys, was their hands were in their pockets. Did y'all notice that?
Yeah, unconcerned. Unconcerned. Yeah.
Like even the guy with that was killing George Floyd, he had his left hand in his pocket and braced his right hand against that car. And whenever those guys, you know, tried to run up, he pulled some mace out of his pocket. You know, he wasn't going to let him come up to try to stop what he was doing. But to have his hand in his pocket like that, almost as if I can kill a man with just my knee. Y'all look at this, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's how it came off to me.
Right. As if he was posing for a trophy, girl, like he had just won something.
Disgusting.
You right, Heidi, posing like he had just hunted a deer.
Hunted a deer.
Exactly.
Yes. You remember how they used to kill and hang, you know, black people, and they would take those trophy pictures with them? That's exactly what it felt like to me. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And they would take body parts. I mean, that was how sick Rosewood. That's how sick folks are even today.
Yes.
And this is why when we talk about racism doesn't exist, that's why when that lady came on in, we were talking, we never said racism doesn't exist. It daggone sure enough does. But see, those people that can get away with that kind, those are racist. Those are racist. That's a racist. The system allows them, the systematic powers to be allowed that to happen. But guess what?
That's right. That's right. And you could
Leaky
tell
was right.
from his demeanor, you could tell from his body language.
He wasn't bothered at all.
He felt
wasn't
like
bothered.
he was going to be covered no matter what.
Yes.
That's why he was so proud to do it. Stood there like he had done something.
I agree with Heidi's comment there. He was posing, it was like symbolic to their other racist superiors. Yep.
Well, it was cold. It was definitely cold to the rest of their clan. No pun intended, but that's what I mean.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Right. That was cold. And they do things in symbolism, and basically you're absolutely right. That was symbolic of I got this. And he's willing to take they'll be raising money for him on the QT. Watch. They'll be raising money for them because they carried out the order.
Oh, you know what ticked me off? When I seen their police union there in Minneapolis put out a statement talking about, we don't want people rushing to judgment about what happened in this case. And this was just a few hours, you know, into these protests, and they're already trying to protect him. His union. They're already trying to protect him. And you know, they even get lawyers. You know,
because they're part of the union.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're part of the union.
As far as I'm concerned, all those need to get broke up. I mean, there's a lot that needs to be done, but we need to hit them where it hurts. We need to hit their pockets. People need to organize. You know, there's a lot of organizing that would have to be done. And then at the same time, you'd have to be really, really careful about it, because if you start organizing something to revolutionize, you know, a movement, then you're going to have to worry about the police wanting to come kick your door down because oh, y'all RICOing, y'all, trying to put a RICO on you, because you're organizing
Right.
something that's really for the betterment of the United States and the betterment of, our people, all of our people. And it's really sad that race does have to come into this, but I understand, TC, I do understand. And, I can say here that being mixed all my life, born in the 70s, it's like coming up, Black people were the only people that really accepted me, as a person.
Right.
When I was in elementary school, I was called all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff happened to me. I was in a little small town in Kansas back then. But, Black people always embraced me and didn't make me feel really different. That was until I came to YouTube. Of course, there seems to be an issue with light skin and mixed this, I'm white girl, that. But the reality is that I have always, I've always felt, that white people didn't treat me the same either. I mean, they straight up would call me the N-word. Or, I remember I had a bully when I was younger. Her name was Jill Bailey. I was 7 or 8, and I still remember that girl's name to this day. And that girl would tell me stuff like, I was baked in the oven too long my mom dragged me in the mud on the way to school because my skin was darker, and I never forgot that. I remember that even to this day. And
Wow.
so, white people definitely, if you were to ask a white person, well, what do you think I am? They're not going to say mixed. Black people would know I'm mixed. But a lot of white people wouldn't know. They'd be like, oh, you're just Black. So I know that there is a racial, part to this, and I understand it. And, I just, I fear for, I'll be praying for your son, Bama girl, being the fact he's a police officer and he's out there dealing with a lot of dangerous stuff. And my son's talking about becoming one when he gets out of the Navy, if he don't re-enlist. And it just scares me.
Yeah. It's scary. It's scary. I don't want him to. In this city, it could go either way. In this city, it will go either way. Also, it wasn't until the FBI stepped in that they got fired.
Yep.
Yeah. That's right.
They put him on leave first.
Right.
Yep.
See, that's the 52 fake me out. And that's what these folks always do on a local level. That's why they need to be chin checked. And I'm glad that the FBI got a chance to get in there before they were able to be on administrative leave for about a whole daggone 3-4 months. Because that is just something that they do all the time. But this is a new day. Stuff is getting ready to happen behind the scenes. That's why oftentimes it's best to shut your mouth and some stuff. Let some people behind the scenes or work some other stuff. It doesn't need to be told and put on YouTube and all that stuff. Some things just don't need to be told and don't need to be said. It just needs to be done.
Yep. Well, I'm going to be praying, for everybody, and I'm going to go ahead and jump off here, Bama girl. I got a couple errands to run, and but I'm thinking of y'all, and I will, try to catch you on your next live as well. Much love, everybody.
Okay, baby. Thank you so much for coming on, honey.
Take care. Bama girl, my blood pressure is ready. I'm this. Ooh. I saw that man take his last breath.
Yes.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
Yes. Thank you,
It's
Danny.
all disgusting. It's all disgusting. But ugh. Mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
It was very heartbreaking to sit there and literally watch it. Watch. Oh, you refused to watch that video, Sarcona girl. I
Sarcona.
could not watch it.
Mm. Sarconas, I know how I know how you roll just by looking at your comments sometimes. Take a do, sis.
You haven't watched it either, Rebel?
Oh my God.
It was heartbreaking. I was
Yes.
literally trying to breathe for him.
Yes, Bama girl, was it? I felt like I was losing my breath.
Yes,
And I
yes.
was breathing like, come on. And I was saying, don't talk, just breathe through your mouth, because his nose was already compromised. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right.
but he had the strategic maneuver that creep had on him was so, that was very strategic. And the
Yeah.
guy
Hey,
could
Mama.
not breathe.
Yeah. It had me, listen, girl, I was trying to breathe for him so hard to the right side of my face. It was hurting. My neck was hurting. I was trying to breathe for him.
Right. And then when they said his nose was bleeding, I knew exactly what that was.
Yeah.
You knew exactly what that was. That was it.
You cried, Heidi? Honey, it was, listen, when he took his last breath, because I was watching and I kept watching for his shoulder movements. When those shoulders stopped moving
Yeah.
and he just went limp, I said, he's gone. I said, he's gone.
Mm-hmm. That whole lineage, all of those police officers and their entire family and lineage is damned. That's right.
Yes. Yes.
They are all damned. Every last one of them.
Every
Everything and
last one.
everybody, they are damned.
Yeah. Come through, Rebel. Josh was hugging you, hiding. You know what?
Wow.
Because you know how emotional you get, girl. I love your passion. When you feel something, girl, that passion is coming out. That passion is coming out. And I'm gonna tell you to watch the video, guys. If you cannot watch it and you will not be able to stomach the suffering of another human being, because that's what that was. He suffered right before our eyes.
Right. Yes.
Real mamas, I enjoyed yet another episode, Sweet Pea.
Hey, Danny. Yeah.
So, real mamas, tell me
Hey,
this.
Danny.
So, do you think that the new mistress and I forgot his name. So she must have had something going on with him. She was wondering where he went, girl. Is that what happened? Hmm?
You talking to me, Bama girl?
I was talking to real mamas.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't know what you. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Okay.
Oh, I'm warm. Oh, okay. You can't tell me, girl. Stop it. I can't with this suspense, girl. That's about to kill me. She already asked the girl to bring him to her, girl. What name? Jeremiah? Is that Jeremiah? She was wondering what happened to him. Then talking about as soon as he get well. If y'all have been missing Real Mamas, Real Problems, Chronicles of a Slave Girl, y'all are missing it, y'all. Y'all are missing it. Okay. She already told her now when he get well, bring him to her. Now for what? Now we all know what that meant, girl, back in the day. Your emotions had taken over, Kelly Love. Girl, listen. Mine had too. My emotions had taken over. Not to the point where I was crying, but to the point where I was enraged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now what? I don't want him to be another death for this week, and then we forget about him next week. Hey, good morning, Linda. I don't want him to be that. You talking about cruel and unusual punishment, sir?
Right.
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 And for the rest of them that stood around and watched, you were all complicit. So everybody's knee might as well have been on his neck, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly. Exactly. Disgusting.
Because y'all can't tell me that you could not stop it. You can tell me that you can say, okay, that's enough. Let's get him up, get him in the car. You can't tell me that.
And then Bama Girl, there was one time when they were like, well, get up and get in the car. But the guy was still on his
That was
neck.
somebody from the crowd saying that though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like get up, man, get up, man, get up. How?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the heck?
Then when he was calling for his mama, girl,
I know.
I said,
That.
Q, can you please run our Real Mamas, Real Problems, our YouTube channel link, please? Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, baby. One thing about the American people, they want to see things done. They want to see what's going to happen. They want to see, and not only that, girl, this could go either way because we never know with the way the judicial system is set up now, child. We just never know.
They said that the NAACP was involved, right?
Yeah. The rep was just speaking.
The rep. I wonder, they're from St. Paul.
I don't know. She's a female with long dreads.
No, I mean, I was wondering what branch. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
The St. Paul or Twin Cities.
Hey, Fedora. Thank you so much. Right, Real Mamas. Yes, right. You are exactly right. And you know, working in the medical field, we see that a lot. When they're getting ready to die, they call out for other family members that may have gone on. They reach out for other family members that may already be gone. Y'all, please go over and subscribe to Real Mamas, Real Problems. Her YouTube, the link to her channel is right in the chat. Q just dropped it for me. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, he was calling for his mama, Penny.
I couldn't even imagine. You know what? I couldn't even imagine how she feels when she's gonna be watching this, if she hasn't already seen
Who?
it. The
Who?
mother. The mother.
That's if she's still with us. That's if she's still with us. I couldn't hear. One of his family members was speaking, but I couldn't hear what she was saying.
This guy.
Oh, she passed, Penny?
Oh wow. Oh wow. So he saw his damn.
Oh, his mom already in glory. Oh my God.
So he saw her. He was talking to her.
So, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Damn.
They said his mother is deceased. Wow. She passed away 2 years ago. Oh my goodness.
You know, that's the first time I've ever seen somebody transition to the ancestors like that. I have never seen anyone take their last breath. I saw that man take his last breath.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
Yeah.
And he was begging and pleading for 8 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, Rebel.
Hey, Bama. Hey,
I know you at work, babe.
yeah, I took a break, a lunch break. Can you hear me pretty good?
I hear you. Yeah, you're fine.
I hadn't
Rebel.
watched that video. Hey, I hadn't watched that video because it's I hadn't told many people about this, but my family actually has the beginning stages of a lawsuit against the city of Houston HPD department. And it was a wrongful death because my mother had a minor trainer. I'm sorry, it's really hard still talking about it. My mother had
Take your time.
traffic. She had some traffic violations, and she was pulled over, and they took her to jail. She has asthma. Do you not know how it feels to be awakened out of your sleep by a family member telling you that your mother died? My mother was in a holding cell for traffic tickets she had when she was pulled over. They did not take her they took her to the hospital and she was already dead on the way there.
Oh, wow.
Police officers let it slip. It was a black police officer talking to my brother-in-law, and he divulged, what happened. He let it slip, and he said, "Man, they did everything wrong. My mother had asthma. She had a breathing problem. She needed medical attention." So they looked at they waited so long, y'all, to give me a coroner's. They didn't have a coroner report for months almost after that. So a reporter looked at her file and saw there was some discrepancies, and they contacted us to do an interview because they said it was a wrongful death because they messed up so many things that they should have done. And just before everything, went to hell in a handbag, that's when we supposed to have been doing the interview and everything. And they wanted to, me and my brother would let my sister talk to the reporter. But when everything with COVID happened, it derailed it for a minute. So me seeing that with this guy, I haven't even watched it because I know that it's going to be unbearable for me to even look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
You know, we have
Yeah.
police officers. We have police officers in my family that have been. All police officers are not. They're not all bad, but it's just those
No.
bad apples that stand out more. And then
Yes.
for these people that become police officers, they need to have some type of mental evaluation because their badges have taken the place of white clothes.
They do
mm,
have mental evaluations, but they know a way around how to pass it.
You know, I think that there are so many senseless deaths, and we do need. Why are we so afraid of the law? Why is that instilled in us? As a young kid, I was always, it was in my mind that the police officer were gonna, hurt me. It was something that they would do because I'm from East Texas, so a lot of those sheriffs and stuff were rednecks. So it wasn't like staying in the inner city. So we knew if they were to harass us, most likely they wouldn't look like us.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely, just seeing all this happening is just really, and even with the woman in Central Park that was in that the bird watching sanctuary, that
Yeah.
lady knew she knew what words to use. And then when that dog was acting, it was howling and trying to get away from her, she started using that to her advantage as if the black man was attacking her. You could tell how her tone changed. She started, the dog was getting out of hand. So if the person on 911 heard her dog, they would probably think that this black man is doing something to this woman. Why is her dog hollering like that? And
Right.
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 she starts talking, she was yelling irrationally. So it was like, well, my life is online. I'm a white woman. This ain't that black man is here to, this black man is trying to hurt me. That would have been another senseless death. This man wouldn't have
Right.
reported anything. What would have been his defense?
Right. Right. He wouldn't have had one.
But I definitely, I just
Rebel,
came. I'm
Rebel,
sorry.
I just want to say, no, I just want to say my condolences to you and your family. And, I
Yeah.
know that God will definitely, continue to give you all strength and also, continue to give you that comfort that you need. But you also, you all, your mother's death will be taken care of as well. Okay. Just know that, whether or not you see it in terms of this law, morally or legally, you will see it.
I appreciate that. It's just, we're still going forth with everything, and when everything is over and done with, we're still gonna pursue lawsuit. This is just,
That's right.
my mother's life had more meaning than that, and that's the, I always
Right.
envisioned mother being an older person, and we're, seeing her off, and there in her last moments with her, to be awakened out of your sleep and just hear mama died. My sister was so frantic and I could barely understand what she was saying, but it was like when I drove, it was like I was like, I don't even know how I got to the location, because it was like I was just on autopilot and I was just out of it. And it took a lot for me to
Yeah.
get a camera and not let people see that part of me. And I kept that to myself, but I wanted to, share this with people, because you don't know what people are going through, and you don't know how, because after this, y'all, I had a hatred for police officers. But then I had to remember that I had police officers in my family that have been on the force and are not like that. So
Yeah.
I had to really not let that become cancerous with me. Carrying that blackness around is not good. And me even doing the parodies and stuff, that was a form of escapism, to laugh at myself and not be in a place of, just in a place, that a dark place for an extended period of time.
Right. Right.
Y'all, I'm gonna get back in here so I can finish up, but thank you for allowing me to come on. And TC, I really appreciate, the words of encouragement and everything from you, family.
No
problem,
problem.
baby. Thank you so much for coming on, sharing.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Okay. Okay, guys. Y'all know what? I'm gonna get ready to end the live.
Mm-hmm. All right.
My spirit is disturbed. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. We've been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I appreciate you guys for coming on. I appreciate all of my moderators. You guys are amazing. And I will talk to you all, if not late.
Take
this
care, Mama Girl.
afternoon.
Take
I will talk to
Bye.
y'all later. Y'all have a good one.